Welcome, and greetings to all. I am Shenlong Pendragon, the Lore Master. So as always, a quick disclaimer. I do not own any of the images or the story in this video. The credit for these all belong to their original sources. So ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, today I will be doing the Legend of Kali, the Goddess of Destruction. She is arguably one of the most misunderstood goddesses of the Hindu pantheon, so hopefully we'll be able to clear some of the misunderstanding about her up. I would also like to take this moment to thank all 56 of my subscribers. It really appreciates it when you click that bell button. I also want to thank everybody who actually views these videos, because again, every little bit helps and I greatly appreciate you taking the time to do so. So without further ado, let us move on. So Kali's origin has 4 different variants or versions depending on which one you read. The first one that I'm going to tell you is her birth by Duraga, the warrior goddess. You see her in this image here. Duraga was famed for riding a lion into battle and for having 10 arms, each one bearing some different form of weaponry. So I do apologise if I butcher any of the names in this story, but according to the legend, during Duraga's great battle against the buffalo demon known as Mahishasura, her rage was said to grow so great, and she became so enraged that Kali was actually manifested from her forehead. So this image here is showing Kali's birth due to the enragement of Drugara. It said that due to Drugara's enragement, Kali bore all of her rage and hatred towards demonkind. So as this personification of fury, Kali proceeded to slaughter every demon she came across. She took their heads as trophies, wearing them around her neck as a necklace, which we can see here in the form of skulls. Some of the other stories also state that she took some of their arms as well and turned that into her skirt. Although the battle concluded with Duraga finally killing the buffalo demon, Kali herself continued on her murderous rampage, not only slaughtering demons, but beginning to slaughter humans as well, no matter how small or insignificant their crimes. Eventually, the gods and humanity became at a loss for what to do, fearing Kali and her righteous fury. The end to Kali's murderous rampage came from one of the most unlikely sources you could imagine. The great warrior god, Shiva the Destroyer, had done the unthinkable. He had lain down, prostrate before this embodiment of righteous fury, not even bothering to stop her or to lift his weapons, as she quite literally walked all over him. As her foot came down upon the destroyer's chest, Kali realized her mistake, and after managing to calm down, she regained her control of herself, and the slaughter ended. The second version of Kali's origin also begins with the combat between gods and demons. In this case, the great demon, the Blood Seed, Raktababijaya, rampaged across the land. He seemed invincible and unstoppable, and no one dared fight or even challenge him. It was said that any time this demon was wounded, even if it was nothing more than a tiny scratch, his blood would drip to earth, and as soon as his blood touched the soil, a clone of himself would be produced and continue to fight with him. Eventually, the gods were unwilling to allow the rampage to continue, and so they banded together to defeat this evil demon. Their attacks proved ineffective, and they were eventually overwhelmed by an army of 1,000 demons. Fearing for all that would be lost, the gods came up with a plan. Some say it was the gods together, others say that it was just Durga herself, but either way, Kali was created. The black-skinned goddess of destruction rampaged through the battlefield, devouring the 1,000 demon clones without even using her weapons. No blood was spilled, so no more clones were produced, until eventually she came across the original demon itself. With her blade, she took its head, and then devoured its blood with her tongue. No blood dripped to earth, so no more demons were produced, and the world was once again saved. Kali's third rendition is perhaps the most peaceful of all her creative stories. It is said that Kali and Parvati are two sides of the same coin, for in this case, Parvati became tired of her husband Shiva mocking her over her dark skin. Eventually, she grew so fed up of her husband's taunting that she shed her skin along with all her anger, hatred, and negative emotions. In light of this act, Parvati had been transcended and become Gaurari, the golden or fair one. The dark skin she had left behind became Kali, taking on all Parvati's rage and dark emotions, and therefore she became the goddess of destruction, rampaging across the battlefield forever, punishing the wicked and protecting the innocent. Kali's fourth and final version once again begins with Parvati, and again it involves conflict with demons. This time, the evil demon Daruka terrorized both humanity and the gods. Many had tried to stop him, but all had been defeated by him. For Daruka had placed upon the world a curse. This curse meant that no man could defeat him, and he could only be killed by a woman. The arrogant demon believed that women were fragile creatures, unworthy of the battlefield, and that no woman could stand against him, or would even dare to attempt to challenge him. Fed up of his rampage and arrogance, the gods turned to Parvati and asked her to deal with the problem. In response, Parvati leapt down her husband Shiva's throat. It was said that during the years of creation, a terrifying poison had bubbled up from the ocean, threatening to pollute all of creation. And so Shiva had swallowed this poison, saving creation for the time being. Parvati found the poison in her husband's throats and combined herself with it. When Parvati emerged from her husband's throat, she had become the black-skinned goddess of destruction, Kali, weapons ready to fight. After a battle, Daruka was slain, and Kali emerged victorious as the personification of fury and vengeance. Despite her battle lust and fury, Kali is far more than the goddess of destruction and death. She is a master of time and creation, her dark skin showing that from even the depths of despair and destruction, life can form. She's associated with sexuality and violence, but she is the symbol of motherly love. She is an embodiment of Shakti, female energy of creativity and fertility. She is the Dark One, whom is death, but she is the Dark One who brings life as well. For she is Kali, and any who dare cross blades with her shall fall. And so ends the legend of Kali, the goddess of destruction. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening. I do hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, then please remember to like and subscribe for more lore, myths, legends, and stories. I know this video was mostly depicted to Kali's origins, and most of those origins were quite bloodthirsty. It just goes with the territory. She is a war goddess after all, as well as, well, a goddess of destruction. It's worth pointing out though, as I said on that last slide, that she isn't just the personification of destruction, she's also associated with motherly love and birth of life from darkness. So hopefully that helps to clear up any misunderstandings about her that may have been generated. Again, I do hope you enjoyed this video, and once again thank you very much to everyone who has subscribed to me so far and who has ever watched my videos. Please do pass my videos around to anybody you think may be interested. If there's a specific story you would like me to do, then please leave a comment below letting me know, and I will do my best to get to it at some point. If you're new to the channel, then thank you very much for joining us. I really appreciate all the time you've taken to come and watch the videos. Hopefully there will be others that I've done that you'll also enjoy. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening. I am Shenlong Pendragon. Until next time, knowledge is power.